Hello, this is AI generated, and my storage is kind of low, so I'm not going to make this video too long. You know, the last one is 17-18 minutes. Try to make this one around 5 to 10. But if I were yap, y'all know how it be. Y'all know how it be. I am now out in nature, and I am going to make this video about faith in manifestations, strength in manifestations, and about overcoming the wall once more. So, in my last video, I talked about this thing that I metaphized. That's a word I'm gonna invent just because. Metaphized. When you turn something to a metaphor, you know. I turned hardships of spirituality, things that are hard to overcome, as a wall. A glass wall, a marble wall, you know, as beautiful as it may be, is falling apart and cutting you as you step on it. Yeah, that's happening. Now, before I get back into that, you guys can watch the other video I made, pretty much talking about it. But pretty much, I'm gonna hop on the faith of manifestations first, because that will bring you so much peace in your life, or it has brought me so much peace in my life. I'm gonna talk about today. So I had this situation with my job, a little funky situation. They were taking money out of my checks, and they were taking hours from me. And I work hard, and I got into a bike accident not too long ago, so my knees kind of was messed up. It is healing, you know. You put healing words in yourself, people. Remember that. But I'm doing all of this on a knee that is freshly healed and healing. I'm trying to do double shifts, and it didn't work out, you know, which is perfectly fine for me. But, you know, it was a bit of worry within me. That, hey, what am I gonna do? But this hasn't been my first time needing to have faith, real faith, in what I was trying to manifest, and what I did manifest was a new, better job. So, hear me out on this, y'all. The old job that I was working at was paying this certain amount to be a trainer or manager, and that is the base pay for this job, this new job I'm going to get. So clap it up for God, not for me, but for the higher God above, you know. And earlier I said I had a little worry. Okay, the video cut out because storage and all of that. I don't know why, but I'm gonna just edit this together. So pretty much I was telling my story about how your faith in your manifestations can bring you the most peace in life. However, you cannot manifest if you do not put in the work. If you don't put in the work, your manifestation will never come. That is why a lot of people's prayers don't get answered, because they don't really put in enough effort on the physical plane. In the last video, I mentioned that there are 3 bodies, 3 planes: spiritual, mental, and physical. I touched on that just a bit. And pretty much, mentally is when you get your first thought of what you want to do. Well, really, it's in your spirit, of course, because your spirit wants to do everything. Really, your spirit is the deepest core you, okay? Your mind is sort of, everything is interconnected, all right? I sort of talked about this. So everything sort of runs off of each other one way or another, but your soul is the core, okay? So your body has to work on the physical plane to bring out what is in the mental plane, because you have the strength in the spiritual plane. You do have the strength to do that. So how I keep my faith, there's really not, I don't know why I said how. I really feel like faith in manifestation is a mental and spiritual battle. You have to truly understand, okay? You have to understand that the universe has you. You are good. Let me pull my crystals out so y'all can know. You have to understand that you are good, okay? And that you are safe. But only when you work for whatever you are trying to be good and safe for. Does that make sense? So like last night, before I got the call today that I basically had got the job, I wrote down 10 different places that I could apply to, 10 different manifestations. And really I mention that because I feel like whenever we manifest something, work towards that, put in the work for that, and we excel and we do more than we should, we get I'm gonna put it like this: shoot for the stars, hit the moon. You know what I mean? Shoot for the stars, you hit the moon. You aim for the moon, you might rub against the ozone layer. You know what I'm saying? You might get tired at the ozone layer. So I feel like that resonated with somebody. I really want this channel to have a lot of resignations with people. I really want to help people. And in the first part of this video that I had cut, I mentioned getting a bike, a motorcycle. And it's more than a bike to me. I'm gonna start off with a dirt bike, I think. And I'm gonna start making videos where I talk and ride around and all of that, so that it can be a bit more entertaining and then, a bit more fun, so that I'm not just sitting here, Of course, I love nature, but imagine riding around in nature. You guys getting the visuals and the spiritual message at the same time. That's gonna hit. That is gonna hit. So, really, back to faith and manifestations, I'm gonna hit strength and manifestations. I really feel like strength and manifestations comes from what I've already mentioned. Really just knowing that the universe has you and still pushing towards that goal. Just because you know the universe has you, that's not a cue to stop what you're doing and to stop working hard. You need to continue to work, and you need to continue to have ethic about what you're doing, okay? Just because you know you're gonna get it doesn't mean you don't work for it. You know what I mean? It's like when a job, let's say you're gonna get like 500 a check. You know you're gonna get 500 a check. You have to keep working or else you're gonna stop getting those checks. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit around and do nothing. You know what I mean? Unless your job is just you sitting around doing nothing, then congrats to you. But I really feel like, you know what, I'm gonna just go and it's something completely different. My spirit is just conjuring up something new. Evolution of the spirit, evolution of the mind is really where I feel like spirit is taking a lot of us. I know. What? You just dropped us on a new train, a new car. We was in one car and we just hopped in another. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing before my storage runs out again. Okay? So let me not speak that into existence. But evolution of the spirit, evolution of the mind. Where you are now, don't beat yourself up that you are there now. Okay? I used to have this habit. I kind of still have this habit or this behavior, I would call it, of beating myself up for where I'm at now instead of giving myself credit for how far I've come. Because a lot of people come a long way and they get so used to where they've come that they don't realize how far that they've come. And of course, that's not a cue to stop working harder, but let's try this one more time. So the storage went out, but I was talking about evolution of the spirit. I really feel like you shouldn't beat yourself up, right? Don't ever beat yourself up too bad. Of course, as people, as adults, as teens, children, whatever you are watching this, as souls, I feel like we check ourselves a lot to keep ourselves in order. Because at the end of the day, we know the rights, the wrongs that us as spirits should be doing from person to person. What's right for me might be wrong for you. What's correct for me might be correct for you. Like, let's say, for instance, smoking weed. I'm stopping soon, right? For you, you might not ever need to stop. It might be something that you could just do forever and you'll be fine. But for me, I just feel like, it's more of a spiritual test, a spiritual challenge for me to stop. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, the mental aspect, the physical aspect, you know, all of that. And I feel as though in 2025, you should challenge yourself, or not even challenge, make yourself evolve spiritually. It's like a rabbit hole. It's like a snowball effect. You'll put your toes in the water will feel a little cold, you know, as it does, but then it'll warm up and you'll forget about the cold. And as you put more of yourself into the water will warm up and become more comfortable to you. That might resonate with somebody. It resonates with me, okay? And once you're in the water, of course, you might not know how to swim. So you'll jump around, you know, and of course you'll get close to learning how to swim. You'll swim underwater, then you'll swim above water, then you'll be fluently moving. And I feel like that's really how we should treat life and how we should treat our evolution. Because I really feel like a lot of people are hard on themselves because they can't swim like a dolphin when they've only just put their toes in the water. You know what I'm saying? In life, in anything, really, in spirituality. Don't feel like you have to be where somebody else is for you to feel adequate to them. Because they, at one point, were where you were at, admiring somebody else. And that could have hindered them, and they could have been a lot further. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as souls, our minds have experienced so much human propaganda to be like this and be like that, when really we should just be us. We should just be us. We should just take our time. And by our time,